Hello, this video is designed to provide students with an overview of Turnitin's PeerMark tool. The Turnitin PeerMark tool is an area where students can submit papers for review. An originality report, which checks the paper against other online resources or papers within the Turnitin database, will be provided. The instructor can also use GradeMark and Turnitin rubrics to mark up the paper. The PeerMark tool, however, allows the students to review the submitted papers, add markups, and answer questions set forth by the instructor. The first step in completing the PeerMark is for the student to submit his or her assignment to the appropriate content area. The second step is for the student to complete the reviews for their peers. As a student, I would navigate to the appropriate content area and choose the name of the assignment. I would then choose to upload my assignment. This works best if the student uploads the file from his or her computer. If the instructor plans to randomly assign papers for peer marking, make sure that the student doesn't include their name in the paper or in the file name. After submitting, the student can see their file. Within a few minutes, they should also be able to see their originality percentage. By clicking on this percentage, the student will enter the Turnitin Feedback Studio. This will allow the student to view the matches via color coding. To complete the peer reviews, the student should navigate back to the content and select the name of the assignment. Unlike before, there will be a PeerMark Reviews tab. The student should then choose the PeerMark Review assignment. Notice that the student doesn't see the author's name if that has not been allowed. The student will also see their own paper if the instructor has selected a self-review. The student will then choose Review to start the process. The student will see the paper on the left side of the page. The questions will be located on the right. Notice that some questions have a minimum number of words to ensure that students adequately explain themselves. In addition to answering the questions, the student can mark up the paper similar to quick marks. The student should choose Tools to access the text, highlight, and composition marks toolbars. He or she can then drag and drop the notes on the paper. Clicking anywhere on the page will allow the student to leave a typed comment. Notice that the progress for completion of the review is being tracked in the upper left corner. The student can save and return later if need be. When finished, the student should choose Submit. Note that once a student submits, he or she can review what was submitted, but edits cannot be made. If the student has received feedback from their peers, and if that feedback has been made available, then he or she can see it by choosing the Received Feedback button in the top right. This will allow the student to see the feedback that was left to them, including the comments on the paper and the answered questions. Notice that the student does not see who reviewed their paper. If more than one person reviewed their paper, the student can move to the next review via the arrows. This concludes the tutorial of how to submit papers and conduct reviews using Turnitin's PeerMark tool.